Lewis Hamilton has expressed his approval for the new generation of Formula One cars, describing them as more enjoyable to drive than their predecessors. The seven-time world champion, whose extensive experience across multiple regulatory eras positions him as one of the most authoritative voices in F1, appears genuinely impressed by the latest machinery. Hamilton, now entering the fifth major regulatory shift of his career, has often been candid about his preferences regarding the cars he races. He has been especially vocal following the challenging ground effect era from 2022 to 2025, a period marked by unforgivingly precise handling that tested even the most seasoned drivers. According to Hamilton, the new generation, which officially debuted on track at the Barcelona Shakedown this week, offers a refreshing change. At the Shakedown, Hamilton recorded the fastest lap in a Ferrari SF26, posting a 1:16.348, contributing to a total of 444 laps completed by the Ferrari pairing alongside Charles Leclerc at the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. The Briton highlighted that the new cars feel more forgiving, with oversteer and a playful sliding nature that contrasts sharply with the razor-sharp stability of the ground effect cars. These cars are actually a bit more fun to drive, Hamilton told F1 after the session. They oversteer, they're responsive, and they slide more often, but they're a little easier to control. I'd definitely say they're more enjoyable. Hamilton's comments underline a subtle but important shift in the sport, the return of driving enjoyment without sacrificing competitive performance. He continued, "Of course, there's still work to do to optimize the car, as everyone else is doing, but the debriefs were excellent. You could feel a winning mentality in everyone, more than ever before, which is very positive." The shakedown also included unusual wet weather testing, with Red Bull joining Ferrari on track under rainy conditions. Hamilton relished the chance to run the SF26 in the wet, reflecting on a steep learning curve during his first rainy outing for Ferrari at last year's Australian Grand Prix. "It's been a really fun week, honestly. The winter work from my side and the team's efforts during the off-season have been reflected in the preparation we have now," he explained. He added, "It was an unusual start to the week with full wet weather testing, something you wouldn't normally plan. But last year, the first race Sunday was my first time driving the Ferrari, which was very challenging. So having this experience is invaluable." Hamilton praised the consistency and reliability achieved during the 2 days of testing, acknowledging the factory team's hard work. "We didn't experience any significant downtime, which is excellent. Of course, small issues may appear over the coming weeks, but overall it's been 2 very solid days. In terms of understanding the car and its balance, we're working with significantly less downforce than in previous years, which is a big adjustment," he concluded. Hamilton's positive reaction to the new cars could signal a turning point in driver satisfaction across the grid. The current generation appears to prioritize driver engagement while maintaining high performance, a welcome contrast to the ultra-precise but mentally exhausting ground effect era. The fact that Hamilton, who has raced everything from high downforce hybrids to the unforgiving ground effect cars, finds the SF26 fun to drive is significant. It suggests that the FIA's regulatory changes are achieving their goal, improving racing spectacle by making cars more manageable and overtaking more achievable, without diluting the skill required. Furthermore, Hamilton's comments highlight an often overlooked aspect of Formula One, the mental and emotional impact of car design on drivers. A car that's enjoyable to drive can boost confidence, reduce mistakes, and ultimately enhance performance. With the season still in its prelude phase, Hamilton's shakedown results and feedback provide Ferrari and the rest of the grid with an early benchmark in the ongoing development race. The paddock remains in a state of intense preparation, with teams keenly analysing these early performances. Hamilton's experience, coupled with his candid observations, will likely influence team strategies and development priorities as the new season approaches. The combination of technical evolution and driver satisfaction could mark a renaissance era in F1, one where skill and spectacle coexist more harmoniously than ever. Beyond the stopwatch headlines, Hamilton's feedback carries weight because it reflects a broader philosophical shift in how Formula One cars are being engineered. For several seasons, drivers have been required to operate within an extremely narrow performance window, where minor mistakes were heavily punished. The new regulations appear to widen that window slightly, encouraging drivers to explore the limits rather than simply survive them. A change that could reward instinct, adaptability, and raw car control. This evolution may also reshape how teams approach setup philosophy across a race weekend. With reduced reliance on perfect aerodynamic balance, engineers may lean more heavily on mechanical grip and driver confidence, especially at circuits with variable conditions. Hamilton's remarks about the car's tolerance suggest that drivers could now extract performance even when conditions deteriorate, potentially increasing unpredictability and on-track battles.